Our topic is Gay Adoption by Lily Evans, Carmen Thomas, and Molly Yake. It is a victory for gay and lesbian couples who have so longed for their basic civil rights. It is a victory for their children whose families will now be recognized as equal to any other. It is a victory for the allies and friends and supporters who spent years, even decades, working and praying for change to come. Barack Obama. July 21st, 2014, President Barack Obama signed an executive order banning discrimination against LGBT employees who work in the federal government or as federal contractors. In 2011, Barack Obama signed the Don't Ask, Don't Tell Repeal Act, which allowed LGBTQ members to now openly serve and safely serve in the United States Armed Forces. The Human Health Services, also known as HHS, work to ensure that LGBT Americans, families, and communities receive equal access to health services by providing enhanced resources. The Department of Education hosted 5 summits on strategies for protecting students, including LGBT students from bullying and harassment, one including the LGBT Youth Summit in 2011. Housing and Urban Development, also known as HUD, works to ensure housing programs are open to all people, no matter their sexual orientation or gender identity. HHS issues recommendations to improve the health and well-being within LGBT communities. President Obama also called for the congressional repeal of the Discriminatory Defense of Marriage Act, and had announced that it was unconstitutional. President Obama also continues to support legislation that would directly impact the LGBT community in a positive way, looking towards a brighter future for the community.
Gay adoption laws vary widely by state. Some grant full adoption rights while others ban it entirely. On March 31, 2016, the federal court district struck down Mississippi's ban on gay adoption. On June 26, 2017, the Supreme Court reversed the Arkansas Supreme Court ruling and ordered all states to treat same-sex couples equally. These court rulings have made adoption by same-sex couples legal in all 50 states. In the state of Pennsylvania, LGBTQ people are allowed to jointly adopt, married or not, and single LGBTQ people are allowed to adopt. Pennsylvania will also allow a same-sex partner to adopt their partner's biological child. Additionally, the child welfare system isn't allowed to discriminate against people based on their sexual orientation. LGBTQ people must still apply for adoption if they have a surrogate or if one of the partners conceives. In the case of Obergefell v. Hodges, on June 26, 2015, the Supreme Court came to a ruling of 5-4 in favor of Obergefell, legalizing same-sex marriage in all 50 states. In the summer of 2018, a foster care system didn't want to allow foster kids to be put in the care of same-sex couples, or LGBTQ people in general. But in July of 2018, a judge ruled in favor of same-sex couples. So now, all foster and adoption agencies in Philly must abide by the non-discrimination policies already put in place. Groups that actually support gay adoption include the ACLU, HRC, PFLAG, Adoptive Family Circles, and many more. The ACLU believes that sexual orientation and gender identity should not affect a person's legal ability to be a parent. They are fully supported in this belief by irreputable child welfare experts and social scientists who study LGBT parenting. Therefore, ACLU advocates for LGBTQ people to have equal opportunities to build the kinds of families that they feel are most meaningful to them. They also believe that LGBT people should have the freedom to build the kinds of personal, intimate relationships most meaningful to them without risking that their families will be disregarded or harmed by the state. PFLAG supports the right of straight, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer individuals and couples to be parents, regardless of their marital status, through biological relationships and adoptive or foster relationships. As the largest LGBT civil rights organization, HRC envisions an America where LGBT people are ensured of their most basic equal rights and can be open, honest, and safe at home, at work, and in the community. HRC works to secure legal equality, fairness, and respect for LGBT couples and our children. The Adoptive Family Circle is one of the best groups for both people who are looking to adopt and those who have already brought their adopted children home. This is because it's actually a group of individual groups that have only two things in common: adoption and the goal of helping adoptive families flourish. People who find groups for transracial families, parents who are still waiting to adopt, and families with older parents. Families Adopting in Response, also known as FAIR, is one of the most active adoption support groups in the whole of the U.S. The organization is run exclusively by volunteers, but it still manages to provide adoptive parents with help regarding both transcultural and transracial adoption. They offer not only valuable information and much-needed support, but educational and the opportunity to connect with other adoptive families as well.
In our public opinion poll, people had to vote if gay adoption should be legal in all 50 states. 28 people voted yes, 2 people voted no, and 87 didn't vote at all. Between 2 million and 3.7 children under age 18 have an LGBT parent, and approximately 200,000 of them are being raised by a same-sex couple. More than 4% of all adopted children in the United States are raised by LGBT parents. Lesbian and gay couples adopt transracially more often than heterosexual couples. Gays and lesbians tend to be more committed and motivated parents. LGBT adoptions have increased in number during the last 10 years, and many countries have laws which allow gay and lesbian couples to adopt a baby. Researchers estimated a total number of children living with at least one gay parent ranging from 6 to 14 million. Children of gay couples report that gender roles are not an obstacle. The number of same-sex couples who have adopted children has more than tripled, from 6,500 couples in 2000 to 22,000 in 2010. Of the 594,000 same-sex households in the United States, 115,000 have children. More than a third of same-sex couples raising children are racial or ethnic minorities. Approximately 12% are African American and 15% are Latino. Many states are still anti-LGBTQ and don't allow same-sex couples to adopt because of their religious beliefs, including Kansas, Oklahoma, and Colorado. Approximately 20% of LGBTQ people are parents, and the Family Equality Council, FEC, has documented numerous instances of harm to children when health providers are allowed to deny critical services. A parent contributing sperm or an egg to a pregnancy probably will have stronger legal parental rights than the other partner who has no biological connection to the child. That is why it's urgent for the non-biological parent to legally adopt the child. LGBTQ parents must also carry relevant papers when traveling with their children between states or internationally. This is encouraged by the Family Equality Council. Some solutions to moving forward is become educated on the LGBT community, invest some time into LGBT books and movies, teach younger generations respect and tolerance of all people, promote diversity and equality in society, talk about LGBT issues with peers, and work through disagreements. Thanks for listening. Any questions?